check. Okay, sakto. Check. Hanggang eh. Ay, off. Check. Check.
Masih ka Joy. Ano siya sa mugo ng ba? Nadwa yung isip ba?
Alin silang wala doon ba?
Ano lang wala?
Alin silang wala? Libre na? Libre to?
So, for us actually, yeah.
Ito bagay baho lang sumay. Humut kayo.
Game.
Welcoming everybody back live to the Roxas City Invitational Tournament 2026. Javeth Quinola, Derek Quinola on deck in the beautiful city of Roxas, Derek, the seafood capital of the Philippines. It's been a great time out here.
Yup, we definitely had enough seafood from the dinner last night, Jeff. It was just a mountain, literally.
Literal mountain. And on deck early on, Mason Amos knocking in the triple. De La Salle University, the defending UAAP champions, against a fellow UAAP contender in the Adamson Soaring Falcons as Kulang hits the deck. Jonah with the basketball spins. That's a traveling violation on Precious Jonah. It's Moses Kulang, JC Makalalag, Earl Abadam, Jacob Cortez, and Mason Amos in the game for De La Salle University. Meanwhile, for the Adamson Soaring Falcons side, it's Matthew Montebon, Precious Jonah, Joshua Barcelona, Matty Erolon, and Earl Medina. The five for Coach Nash, the Salle coach Vince Orod. The Adamson Soaring Falcons side, the cut, the steal by Medina. In transition, Earl Medina, the Barcelona, Montebon with it. Back to Medina. Up top they go to Matty Erolon. The Medina, a look for Medina, not there. They go to the corner. Barcelona with daylight puts it up, unable to knock it down. Erolon reloads, three up. Good for Matty Erolon. And we are tied, Derek. Erolon, Montebon, a combination that's going to have to really work for Adamson to have a shot in next year's UAAP.
Yup, for Adamson to really have a good chance at the winning ball game, Jeff. They need a lot from their guards, not just Montebon and Erolon, but also Ray Allen Torres and Eding, who's yet to check in this ball game. But going back to the previous possession there from Adamson, great sight there to see Erolon get his first shot to fall.
And right on cue, Amos with the first shot. Cortez, the dynamic duo of De La Salle, putting work in early. The block. Cortez now in transition. They swing into the corner. Open shot. Earl Abadam for three. No. But for the basketball, it's Kulang inside. No. One more tip. Makalalag. And that is a foul. The ball will stay on this side of the floor at the De La Salle University. Alan Perez will check into the game for the Adamson Soaring Falcons side. This versatile lineup of Coach Topex Robertson, Derek, he loves to shift his defenses, give the opposing side a lot of different things to look at. Abadam Makalalag out on the floor with Amos and Cortez. The only guy missing from this Death 5, Moses Kulang, currently occupies that spot. Boris Marasigan on that bench for Coach Topex Robertson, Derek. A very dangerous combination for the De La Salle side.
A very good problem there for Coach Topex Robertson. He can go very deep with his rotation. The talent level at De La Salle is very scary, and that's pretty a huge reason why they're the defending champs of the UAAP.
Erolon now looking across the timeline. That is correct. A very good problem to have. Full court press look now from De La Salle. Perez, the corner. Montebon, the handoff. Kulang gives chase. Cortez able to recover. Erolon loads three up. God, back-to-back hits from the Dumaguete native, Matty Erolon from downtown. Trifecta that time, Derek.
It's got to be the 10 p.m. shooting from last night, Jeff. Erolon 2 of 2 from 3 to start for Adamson.
Contextually, for everybody watching, Adamson was here late last night getting shots up, making sure they get their work in. Right now, paying dividends for them as Kulang on the inside against Perez. Kulang in Bisaya. Kulang. Literally.
I beg the difference, Jeff. If there's one thing in this ballgame to start, Kulang has definitely not been Kulang with his effort thus far for De La Salle University. Sorry.
Just to make sure everybody understands, Kulang in the Visayas area means lacking. Just want to make sure everybody understands
He's
that.
Not lacking.
Not lacking that time.
I mean, we saw it there, Jeff. 2 minutes in this ball game, Coach National Salle immediately subbed away Precious Jonah because he just could not compete with Kulang in terms of his effort.
Can he knock down free throws, though? It's a question for Moses Kulang as he knocks down that free throw. 7:22 left to go. De La Salle with a 1-point lead. So they pressure up top with 2. De La Salle is as Perez jump shot open. Front of the rim, part of the basketball. It's Earl Abadam, the Phil Australian, able to secure. Makalalag, Montebon meets him. Good transition defense with the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Makalalag likes this matchup against Montebon. Look at the power on the inside. Tough shot that time. Medina on the rebound. On the push are the boys in blue. They go downstairs to Barcelona. Kick outside. It's Erolon. Hot three. God! Matty Erolon! Red hot to start this game, Derek.
He listened to us last night, Jeff. They need a better tournament or showing for Matthew Erolon, and he has been sizzling here to start 3 of 3 from 3.
Montebon now, the other Matthew with it. Medina, feed the hot hand if you can, if you're Adamson Soaring Falcons. Erolon, the screen. Erolon penetrates. Erolon, the kick outside. Montebon in the attack against Abadam. Spins. That's his shot. Matthew Montebon loves to get to the middle of the floor, the painted area. When he gets a look, he starts to cook Matthew Montebon on the fade, able to knock it down, Derek. 11-7 now. Cortez spins. Kulang deep in the paint against Perez. The kick is to Makalalag for 3. That's short. Rebound fought for. Kulang fighting with Perez. And they call a foul. Kulang a little emotional on the fight for the rebound.
But going back, Jad, to the Adamson Soaring Falcons, what a dream start if you're Coach Nash Rosella. 3 threes early here from one Matthew Erolon. And they have an early lead here, 11-7 for the guys in blue.
Well, we talked about it earlier on, Derek. If there's 2 guys that the Adamson Soaring Falcons need to step up in not only in the game, but in the upcoming UAP tournament, to handle the offensive load, it's going to be Erolon and Montebon. So far, dream start, check. Montebon with 2, Erolon with 9. The kick out to Medina, corner pocket triple, Earl Medina. It's a red hot start for the Adamson Soaring Falcons. They are taking off to start this ball game.
Yep, 4 straight teams. They have yet to miss a 3-pointer, and again, they're doing it by committee, Jeff. They're doing a really good job of moving the basketball. The 3-point looks that they're getting are very good looks, unlike some of the threes that we saw from them in previous games where they settled for contested threes.
Eding now in the game. Erolon, despite the red hot start, Montebon will take a seat along with Matthew Erolon. Diep in the game. Ludovice in as well for the Del Sal side. Eding will cross the timeline. Eding the spin. Eding on the attack. This is exactly what he wants to do. The kick out to Barcelona. Nowhere to go. Barcelona. One more pass is a turnover. Cortez gives chase. Tried to save it. But the ball will stay with the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Or I believe the ball will go to De La Salle University. 13-7, Derek. A dream start for the Falcons. Something that they want to sustain. This was the kind of game they had against De La Salle in the Phil Oil Cup. They met again in Bayuga and De La Salle dominated them. Adamson wants to get their lick back as Fransman checks into the game.
Yep, thus far, Jeff, this year's Adamson has yet to get a win against La Salle in their preseason tournaments. This could be their best chance at getting a win, especially since we're very close to the real dance, which is the UAP season, come next month.
Cortez, the handoff from Daep. Daep with the ball, driving on the inside against the defense of AJ Fransman up the window. Gagate, Ludovice on the rebound. They're fighting for it. Ludovice comes up with it. Inside the Daep, strong move, no. Rebound, Eding. Eding looks to step on the gas, hits the brakes. It's a Fransman the other way. Fransman the attack. Dropping it to Debisana. Gagate on the steal. It's Cortez on the control now. Erolon and the Soaring Falcons get back. A turnover. It's with Erolon. Erolon. Great start. Oh, what a pass to Medina. The no-look pass. As Medina cut. Moving without the basketball, Derek. That time the Soaring Falcons get an easy one in transition.
Yep, none of the La Salle players, Jeff, ran back in transition. Way too easy there for Adamson Soaring Falcons, where everything has gone the way they've planned here to start off this ball game.
Sorry, that's Tovera, not Ludovice. The kick outside Medina. Bad guy to leave open. The Green Archers dodge a bullet that time. 15-9 is our score on the floor right now for the De La Salle Green Archers. Their most touted recruit in Joaquin Tovera, former U18 star for Gilas, on the floor with LeBron James Daep. Boris Marasigan now in the game. 7 Gagate on the floor. Jacob Cortez rounds out the 5 as Tovera now against Eding. Daep, Marasigan with it. Anabo in the game now for Adamson. 3 on D, on 3 on D. The spin by Marasigan. Bumping, Marasigan, jump shot. Could not get it to go. Gagate on the rebound. Ball's on the floor. Eding, Fransman, go for it. Tovera comes up with it. Good defense by Mano Anabo. That's what he's known for. Torres also in the game. Ray Allen, Cortez gets back. It's to Anabo up top. Eding from the handoff. 16 to work with lots of time here for the Soaring Falcons. Anabo, Tovera on the post. Or in the post, sorry. Anabo bumping. Anabo spins. Jump shot up the window. The matchup, size, athleticism, advantage Anabo.
Once they saw the matchup they wanted, Jeff, all the coaches from Adamson were telling them to clear out the way, and Anabo, really easy shot there to give them an 8-point lead right now.
Daep deep in the pin against Misana. Gagate puts it up, got it to go. 7-footer on 7-footer. 7 Gagate against Kobe Misana. That time Gagate got the shot to fall. 17-11 now. Eding stops on a dime, did not get caught for the travel, got away with one there. Anabo, the ball's on the floor. Cortez tried to go for it. Anabo on the attack. Drop pass to Debisana against Gagate. And we have a foul on the floor. They are playing fast. They are playing with great pace as Saibol now checks into the game for De La Salle University. Cortez will take a seat. It's Marasigan, Gagate, Tovera, Daep, and Saibol out on the court for De La Salle University. Meanwhile, it is Torres, Jonah, Fransman, Anabo, and Eding. Anabo trying to pound his way. Marasigan just smiles at him. Fransman, Marasigan absorbs the contact. Jonah inside against Gagate, puts it up and in. For all that Boris Marasigan did that time, Derek, Precious Jonah able to erase all that effort with a bucket on the inside.
It didn't even look like he tried that hard, Jeff. Was Precious Jonah just too strong on that possession, getting an and one to fall, and finally on the board.
19-11 is our score, an 8-point lead. Precious Jonah. This game a lot faster, a lot more breakneck type pace. Both teams flexing their muscle in this one as Jonah unable to secure that free throw. Tovera will cross the timeline. Eding on him. Joaquin Tovera, the former Gilas U18 standout. It's with Gagate. They run multiple actions down by the baseline. Tovera comes out up top. Nothing doing here for De La Salle. Great job by Adamson. Tovera turns on the gas. Tovera. Good defense that time by Precious Jonah. Able to meet him at the rim. Eding picks up his dribble. Tovera, great attack. That's Anabo now. Stops on a dime. Back out up top to Eding. They get it to Jonah. The handoff is back to Eding. Shot clock is at 12. Eding, fade, jumper off the window. No. Jonah rebounds. Jonah on the inside, the kick out. They move the basketball. Ray Allen Torres had daylight for a little bit. Bumps Marasigan. Torres fires the top of the key. Three. Adamson soaring in this first quarter. They are red hot to start this game, Derek.
You mentioned it in the pregame, Jeff. If Adamson makes their threes, they are very tough to beat. And thus far, their threes have been falling.
Not what you want to see if you're Topex Roberts. A lot of standing around now by La Salle. The drive by Seibel. And that is a foul as Tovera and Seibel, the combination that Coach Topex wants to experiment with, Derek. So far, been a bit of a rough start for the both of them. Trying to make sense of, or trying to really create any kind of chemistry between these two guards. We will see them a lot in the upcoming season 89 of the UAAP. As the score reads 11-22 in the game now for De La Salle. They stay with the same five. Both teams stay with the same five. 90 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Adamson red hot to start again, folks. Tovera on the attack. Pressure defense. Shot clock is at 10. Dribble drive. Tovera going nowhere. Great defense. Fransman up ahead. What a pass on the attack that time. Mangaron able to gather, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. In this game so far, folks, Adamson Soaring Falcons 4 of 5 from 3. They're hotter than the sili that you eat when you eat shomai. Chili sauce.
That is very hot.
That is very hot. Maybe not that hot. Maybe not that hot. 1 minute and 17 left to go. Fighting, jockeying for position deep in the paint. Mangaron will get a do-over on the free throw. Lance Mangaron unable to knock down the free throw. The rebound hunted by Seven Gagate. Seibel now with the rock. Daeb, Fransman meets him. Man-to-man look now for the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Marasigan attacks. Chose violence, but Anabo stood firm. It stays 11 with 1 minute and 6 left to go.
Yo, these last few possessions, Jeff, if you're Coach Topex Robinson, you gotta hate what you're seeing. It's just a lot of ISO, a lot of one-on-one for De La Salle, and it has not worked thus far in this first quarter.
And Adamson more than happy to meet that one-on-one situation. Tovera on the attack. The kick is to Seibel. Seibel, jump shot up. They need it, can't get it. Fight for the basketball. Daeb has daylight. Jonah recovers. Adamson, but Seibel got it. Tovera, the flyby. Lots of flying by. You gotta love the effort defensively of Adamson. Probably fed up with De La Salle beating them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if there was ever a time to really amp up your game plan, amp up your intensity, it has to show in this tournament, Jeff, because we're very near the UAAP season. Right now, Adamson really doing a great job of adjusting after seeing La Salle so many times here these past few months.
22-11, 46.5. Tovera, their coveted recruit, their prize recruit for De La Salle, knocks down the second free throw. Adamson in this game, folks, it's very tough to beat a team shooting 60% from the field, Derek. Adamson shooting 60% from the field. Meanwhile, for De La Salle, 26% from the field. A tough outing so far for the Green Archers, but luckily for them, they're only down by 10.
Yep, still a lot of time remaining in this ball game, Jeff. Still a lot of time to adjust because you got to give Adams a lot of credit. They have done a really good job of running their offense and generating good looks here on the offensive side of the ball.
Hunter Cruz Dumont now in the game. The handoff is to Ray Allen Torres. Jonah will look to set the screen. Torres turns on the gas off that screen. Hunter Cruz Dumont the drive. Dumont inside! That's what you want to see from Hunter Cruz Dumont. Derek, aggressive, attacking. Good shot there that time.
Again, Jeff, great offense there by the Adamson Soaring Falcons. All guys moving on a string. Meanwhile, LaSalle, just a lot of isolation basketball, not the kind of basketball you want to see.
The Soaring Falcons are playing with 5 guys on a string. The De La Salle side, the exact opposite. A lot of individual play by the Green Archers, a lot of isolation basketball and individual attacking. Not working right now to the benefit of the Adamson Soaring Falcons with 9.5 as we near the end of the first quarter. Montebon will receive. Matthew Montebon. He's got 2 points already. Can he add on to this total? The bump Montebon. His shot again. Got it to go! Matthew Montebon, when he gets in that painted area, gets enough space, the bump creates enough daylight, the fadeaway. It's Monty time here in Roxas City. 26-12. A dream start for Coach Nash Salle.
More than a dream. Coach Nash Salle must be in heaven right now with how Adamson's been sizzling here to start off this ball game. 60% from the field and 4 turnovers. And meanwhile, LaSalle just really could not get anything going there in the first quarter, Jeff.
27-12 is our score. The Soaring Falcons soaring cruise control right now for the Soaring Falcons against the defending champions of the UAAP. Folks, we'll be right back. Back live here for this one, folks. Jarvis Quinonala, Derek Quinonala, the Quinonala brothers back out here in Roxas City, the seafood capital of the Philippines. 15-point game. This game is brought to you by NLB Enterprises, B Shine Farba, Lux Productions, MBM Hard Hats, and Restia. Gagate out on the court with Saibol Montebon. Defensively, Saibol the fake. Saibol nowhere to go. Out to Marasigan. Bounce it off his foot. Marasigan looks to attack. Anabo stays firm. Tovera fires for 3. Back of the rim. Daep trying to soar for it. Rebound. Fought for it. It's Montebon and Hunter Cruz Dumont. Montebon comes out of the pack. Montebon on the attack. Going left. His shot up. That is good. Matthew Montebon. Matthew Edolon had 9. Matthew Montebon now with 6. Exactly what Coach Nash Salle wanted, Derek.
The Matthew connection, Jeff, working wonders for Adamson. I believe they have nearly half of their points right now in this ball game. And finally for LaSalle, Jeff, finally taking the lid off the rim, finally getting a shot to fall.
Hunter Cruz Dumont with LeBron James dive on him. Dumont the drive, nowhere to go. Montebon trying to save it. A bad possession that time as Matthew Edolon looks to check into the game. Jacob Cortez, Mason Amos, Earl Abadam check back in, Derek, that first quarter. Jacob Cortez, a bit of a, not a bit of, actually a very quiet start. Both him and Mason Amos. Amos, after knocking down that 3 to start the game, has not had a shot since.
It's pretty common here to have to see that type of performance here in the first quarter, especially in the first game. They're just feeling out the intensity and the type of feel of how the refs are going to call this tournament now. Look for these three guys, as we saw it right there, for them to be more aggressive and really put their imprint in this ball game.
That time, Earl Abadam became aggressive, Derek. The three utility guys of Coach Topex Robinson going to need to start making a difference in this game, Derek. Earl Abadam, Boris Marasigan, and JC Macalalag. They need to carry a little bit of this offensive load with the defense really keying in on both Mason Amos and Jacob Cortez as Abadam unable to knock down the free throw. Medina able to soar for the rebound. Medina to Montebon. Montebon has been terrific finding a shot. Marasigan now on him. They switch everything. Talking about LaSalle and Olon on the probe. And Olon the drive. Great chase by Seibel. The steal by Abadam. Montebon gets back. More blue shirts get back in transition. Marasigan attacks. Marasigan fade. Jumper. Cannot get it to go. The tap. It's a Seibel. Able to keep it alive. Abadam looks to create. Nowhere to go. Great defense. That time by Medina on the help. Abadam, the attack. The spin. Nowhere to go. Medina gets back against Seibel. Top of the key three. Backing it home is Jason Seibel. Cuts the lead down at 10. Cortez chasing Montebon. They're moving the basketball. Talking about the Soaring Falcons. The Misana. The handoff is to Medina. On the attack. Great lob inside. The Kobe de Misana. That's exactly what you want out of your system set, Derek. They're moving the basketball. The lift. The revolving around by the key. That time they got a great look. A lob as Cortez the spin. Nowhere to go. Inside against Amos. And it's an offensive foul. Derek, we talked about it a lot in the first quarter. A lot of isolation basketball by De La Salle. You're seeing guys dribble, drive, trying to attack. Not a lot of body movement, not a lot of ball movement, really, to the advantage, again, of the Adamson Soaring Falcons side.
Yep, the way Adamson has just been way quicker on defense. That their help defense has been very good here to start off in this first half. They need to continue to sustain that for the rest of this ball game for them to finally get that monkey off their back and finally beat De La Salle in this preseason tournaments.
Barcelona, the kick. Medina had daylight for a second. Marasigan got back. They go to Demisana. Nearly a turnover by Kobe Demisana as Edolon. Edolon on the attack, turns on the gas. Eding wide open, fakes. Eding penetrates the kick to Medina. Medina pumps a three. That's good! Adamson cannot miss in this first half. A foot blistering half of play by the Adamson Soaring Falcons. It's Cortez now on the attack. Barcelona shows hands. Abadam on the probe, on the inside against Eding. Tough shot, Abadam able to rattle that one home. Eding in transition for the Soaring Falcons. Nearly lost it. Out to Barcelona. Up top to Medina. Medina looks one way, gets it to Eding. Marasigan on him. 13 to work with now for Eding. Attacks. Marasigan right there. Marasigan stays step for step with Eding. Marasigan still on Eding. Eding, tough shot, jump shot. Front of the rim. Barcelona on the rebound. The effort plays have gone Adamson's way tonight, Derek.
Yep, everything, Jeff, has gone to Adamson's side. And on that possession, that's not what you want if you're Coach National. Salle Eding holding the ball for at least 10 seconds there, trying to go ISO. He got bailed out there by Barcelona, who will go through the free throw line, who got rewarded for his efforts.
6:35 left to go. Barcelona unable to knock down the free throw. I've covered Adamson for quite some time. This is probably the first time watching Barcelona actually play for the Adamson Soaring Falcons after the multiple preseason tournament coverages. Would love to see him knock down this free throw. Can he? Got it to go. 34-21. Ray Allen Torres now back in the game. Edolon will take a seat. A 13-point lead. 6:35 left to go. Cortez, the handoff, Abadam. They're moving the basketball up top, trying to create something here. If you're De La Salle off your set, Jonah comes out to blitz. Great defense. Edin got back. Cortez on the attack. The kick outside. Abadam, high, rising three. Front of the rim. It is short. The ball will go to the Soaring Falcons. Kulang will check back in. Marasigan will take a seat. Great minutes from Boris Marasigan. But the De La Salle side just could not knock down shots to help them inch closer back to the game. Eding, Cortez on him. Medina with it up top. Amos. Eding, Cortez still right there with him. Eding the fake, the attack, blocked by Kulang. Jonah puts it up and in.
That can happen, Jeff, if you're LaSalle. Kulang already did his part there by blocking the shot. They just could not get a body on Precious Jonah.
Cortez on the drive to the baseline. Tried to muscle Eding out of the way. But able to have the foul called early. So they weigh the shot off. It's a 15-point deficit here for De La Salle. 36-21. Amos comes out up top. The handoff is to Cortez. Cortez on the attack. Nowhere to go. Fakes. Cortez. Tough shot from Jacob Cortez. Unable to knock it down. Fight for the basketball. It's Medina. Able to secure. Eding now with it. They kick it to the corner. Back out up top to Eding. It's Ray Allen Torres. Not really what he wants. Not the looks that he wants. This is the look that he wants. Unable to knock it down. Kulang fighting for the rebound between him and Jonah.
With how this first half has gone for Adamson, Jeff, you thought that free from Ray Allen Torres was gonna fall. It looked good here. Just could not get the fall. And now this is your chance if you're De La Salle University, Jeff, with Erolon not in the game right now, only Montebon. They really need to shore up their defensive side, especially limiting the backcourt of Adamson.
5:24 left to go as we near halftime. Alan Perez checks into the game, or looks to check into the game, folks. Coach Opex Robinson wants an opportunity to talk with his boys. It's the 15-point game. 5:24 left to go in this one. We'll be right back. Back live for this one, Jacob Cortez with a rock for De La Salle. They lob it up top to Kulang. Boy, that one would have brought the house down here in Roxas City, Derek.
Even though the dunk didn't fall, just the crowd already got what they paid for. A near explosive jam there from Moses Kulang.
He rose up for that one. The length of Moses Kulang as well. Kulang will go to the line for 2 free throws. Elevated that time, looking to detonate, just unable to follow through. He got up high on that replay. My goodness.
He almost, I couldn't, with how long Kulang was, I did not see who that player was from Adamson. He almost got on a facial on. Because of how tall Moses Kulang was.
It's like by the chest of Moses Kulang. 36-22. The free throw falls for De La Salle. 36-22. It's a 14-point game. Montebon with the basketball. Makalalag, pressure defense. Abadam stunts for a little bit on Montebon, trying to get him off his dribble action. Montebon spins one more time. Montebon fader. With how this game has been going, Derek, a lot of those shots by Adamson, you'd think it'd be going in.
Yep, and of course, Jeff, Montebon nearly got it to fall too, just could not get the bounce.
Wide open, Makalalag, they need it. They got it. De La Salle needed that one bad, Derek. The champions of the preseason Bayugan tournament, the Mayor Kirk Access tournament. Makalalag was a key part of that. They need him to catch fire and ease that offensive load from both Jacob Cortez and Mason Amos.
Yeah, you said it right, Jeff. With Amos and Cortez struggling here in the first half, And that three by Makalalag will definitely should have made it easier for them. But again, Adamson just really sizzling here from the perimeter here in the first half.
Another three-pointer from the Adamson side. It's back up 14. 39-25. That time it's Ray Allen, Torres, Cortez, Amos. They need one more. Can they get it? They got it. Mason Amos from downtown knocking it in. It's an 11-point lead. 39-28. Anabo nearly lost it. He does so. Kulang aggressive to the basketball. It's a Makalalag. Makalalag is to Kulang inside.
There was no way Moses Kulang was going to be denied on that possession, Jeff. With how hard he worked to get that basketball, it was only right for Makalalag to reward him for running down the floor.
Feed the big man with the length. Stretch as about as far a human being could stretch. 3:46 left to go. Adamson wants to talk about things. We'll be right back. Back live as Kulang free throw, unable to knock it down. Fight for the basketball. Fransman able to snare it. Abadam gets back defensively. Man-to-man look. Erolon looking for the pass. Kulang, another steal by Moses Kulang. Great effort on the part of Moses Kulang, helping the De La Salle cause. Cortez, Medina, pressure defense. Arguably the best defender on the Adamson side. The best offensive player, Jacob Cortez, from the De La Salle side. Looking for Amos down in the paint. The cross-court pass to Makalalag. Shot clock reads 5, reads 4. Abadam, he's going to need to put this one up. And fast, Abadam does so for 3. Off the window. Perez and Kulang fight for the board. And the foul is called on Alan Perez.
You got to love what you're seeing, Jav. If you're Coach Topex Robinson for Moses Kulang, he has just been very aggressive on every possession, both offense and defense, and he's been a huge reason why La Salle has trimmed it to deficit to just 9.
The rotation now for Coach Nash Salle and Coach Ryan Betia. A little bit different as Kobe De Mesana now checking back into the game. A lot more opportunities for one Kobe De Mesana, Derek. Seeing him play a lot more compared to other preseason tournaments for Adamson as Moses Kulang able to knock down the free throw. Moses Kulang's arms are longer and possibly taller than most of our production staff members.
He'd probably need to combine 2 of our production staff members.
Correct. He is a long individual.
Kulang's reach. That's why the bigs of Adamson have no choice. Precious Jonah has 2 fouls. Alan Perez has 2 fouls.
And they're starting to wear thin, the Adamson bigs, as Fransman now will cross the timeline. Abadam able to get back defensively. Abadam comes out up top to defend Hunter Cruz Dumont. It's the Mesana now with it. Hand off to Medina. Medina looking one way. Has to go the other. Fransman with the rock. 9 to work with. Fransman attacks Abadam. Fransman erasing Abadam. Puts it up and in. It's a 9-point lead. The Falcons opting defensively to just settle for man-to-man. Been working so far for them in this game. Cortez, the rotation is Hunter Cruz Dumont. Makalalag with it against Medina. They go downstairs. The double team comes inside to Moses Kulang. And Moses Kulang rises with a slam. The Roxas City crowd buzzing. Abadam the steal. Here comes LaSalle. 7-point lead for the Soaring Falcons. The UAAP champions playing with the heart of a champion. Cortez, jump shot, not there. Rebound, Medina. Cruz Dumont in transition. LaSalle gets back defensively. They zip it to Debisana. Blocked by Kulang. Amos to Cortez. They run to Kulang. Blocked by Franzman. But I believe a foul is called on AJ Franzman.
I'm not sure where Kulang got hit there by Franzman. Might have got hit in the private area because he's holding on to something.
He is in pain.
I believe he did get hit in the private.
He might have got. He might have
I'm telling him to shake it off.
correct. He might have taken a shot in the one place where a man should not be taking a shot. But he is made of tougher things, Derek.
Oh yeah.
A minute 45, 41-34. LaSalle, Derek, they've rebounded and rebounded really well here in the second quarter.
They've really amped up their defensive pressure, Jeff, forcing a lot of turnovers here on Adamson. After only forcing 2 turnovers in the first half, Adamson now with 8 turnovers here in the second quarter. And again, you got to give a lot of credit to Moses Kulang for doing it on both sides of the floor. You know you've had a very good ball game when you're near a double-double in less than 10 minutes of action.
He has been effective for Coach Topex Robinson as Kulang another rebound. Pounds, nowhere to go. It's Cortez, fakes it. Erolon shows great defense that time in Mate Erolon. Cortez, stutter dribble, nowhere to go. Kick outside, Makalalag, one more pass. Abadam, a look. Back of the rim, fought for the board.
Again, Moses Kulang's effort paying off for LaSalle. They need to put 2 bodies on him, Jeff. They want to try and limit Kulang, who's already up to 9 points and 8 boards here in the first half, sorry.
6-point game, that is correct, Derek. It's been Moses Kulang who has been the difference maker for De La Salle in this one. They were down by a lot. They have shredded that deficit. Marasigan inside. Marasigan scoop layup, not there. Great defense that time by Eding. In transition. Transition is Cruz Dumont, the drive. And that is a foul as Cruz Dumont hits the deck, holding onto that leg right away. A foul drawn. Hunter Cruz Dumont, the younger brother of Patrick Cruz Dumont, former UE Red Warrior. Undebatable, they look exactly alike.
Oh, yeah. might be twins. Even.
Might be. Well, they can't be twins because Patrick is, I think, a pro now, and Hunter is obviously younger.
You don't know.
Maybe not. 1 minute 13 left to go in this one, folks. As we near halftime, Hunter Cruz Dumont unable to knock down the free throw. De La Salle creeping back into this game, Derek. It's a 23-14 quarter for De La Salle. They have rallied behind Moses Kulang, who has been spectacular in this game so far for Coach Topex Robinson and the De La Salle side. Cortez been quiet. Happy to set the table for Coach Topex Robinson. Erolon had a hot start, been quiet now here in the second quarter. Inside, the rebound, Hunter Cruz Dumont. Makalalag on the miss. In transition, it's Erolon. Thought about pumping the 3. Not that time. The ball up top, it's back to Eding from Medina. A minute to work with in this half. Eding against Makalalag, attacks, stops on a dime, has 2 players up in the air. Outside Erolon, pumps a 3, that's tough. Unable to knock it down, the rebound will go to Eding. A fresh 14 to work with now for Eding. Eding turns on the gas, attacks, stops on a dime, nearly lost it. What a pass from Erolon. Anabo with a prayer, unanswered, and the rebound will go to Jacob Cortez. Topex Robinson egging Jacob Cortez to push the pace there that time, Derek, but Adamson got back defensively.
Yep. The defense now for Adamson, De La Salle have really changed here in the second quarter. A lot of contested threes here now for Adamson compared to the first quarter, where they just got a couple of easy looks.
Marasigan and Cortez could not connect on that play. Coach Salle sensing an opportunity to pad up his lead. It's a 7-point lead with 9.4 left to go. We'll be right back, folks, as we near halftime.
Cortez would be perfect in a one-on-one tournament.
Final 9.4 as we near halftime. Bit of an extended 1-2-2 press look now from De La Salle. Makalalag is essentially defending nobody. Montebon with 6, with 5. Montebon and Cortez will take the foul. Been a hot half for the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Shooting 58% from the field. 5 of 9 from downtown. Montebon will inbound. Edolon comes out up top. Medina on the peel, not there. Medina will opt to go for the lob. Medina puts it up and in. 44-35, the Soaring Falcons with a 9-point lead. The De La Salle Green Archers want to talk things over. Coach Topex wants to make sure they get a good shot as we hit halftime, folks. We'll be right back. .7 seconds left to go, Derek. The difference really has been in the percentages, with Adamson shooting lights out in that first quarter, carrying it over a little bit to the second quarter. De La Salle, though, responding with pressure defense and making sure that they stay step for step with the Adamson Soaring Falcon side.
For La Salle, you just got to keep trusting your defense and play the percentages, because you don't expect Adamson to shoot 60% the rest of the way. If they do, that would be very impressive.
Amos from the other side, and that will take us to halftime. The Soaring Falcons soaring so far in this game. Meanwhile, the Archers look to shoot him down in hopes of picking up an opening day victory in the Roxas City Invitational Tournament, folks. We'll be right back as we hit halftime.
Mayor, sabi ko nga, it was such a grand opening. Saan ka ba makakakita ng ganong opening, di ba? What were the preparations that went into making this event possible? And baka magiging bias eh. Kasi merong Lasal na naglalaro ngayon. And I've heard you're a Lasalian.
My son, my children are from Salle also. Yes, we did a good preparation because we just had the Gilas Pilipinas exhibition game, and we want to make it something wonderful and memorable for all the players. Most especially, we invited teams from Australia.
Mayor, ano ba yung magiging impact ng tournament na to? How will this help Rojas City in terms of tourism, sports, and community involvement?
Malaking impact nito, especially in sports tourism because we have this venue, this newly redeveloped Dingoy Rojas Civic Center, the standard of which can be comparable to other places. So ito po yung we have the advantage.
I would say it can, as you said, it's comparable. It's very cold. People are, not sweating. So hindi sila pagpapawisan manonood ng game. Manonood lang sila at mag-e-enjoy sa laro. Also, Mayor, what are your hopes for the future? Can you see this Rojas City Invitational Tournament being a yearly tradition?
Yes, definitely. I would like to have more tournaments and exhibitions in the near future because we have the venue, we have the crowd, and Rojas City is generally a basketball fanatic. So you expect the crowd to enjoy, and I hope the people of Rojas City and Capiz will have fun and with the exciting teams around.
Yes, no, they go silent pag serious yung games. Tapos pag medyo na yung game, nagkakaisa lahat na they shout. Before we end this very short interview, would you like to thank the people who helped this event possible and invite everyone, from people from Rojas City and its neighboring towns and cities?
Yes, I would like to thank the City Council, headed by the Vice Mayor, Inday Teresa Malvis, and the department heads, the members of the working committees, and all those who all together work behind the scenes to make this event possible and a success, as I would say, because makikita mo naman sa crowd natin ngayon. So I hope more people will watch the game. We have 6 days game tournament, and we do hope mahampang kita diri sa Rojas City.
Once again, everybody, we will invite you to watch here live at the Digoy Rojas Civic Center. You can buy your tickets, right, Mayor, outside to witness it live. So once again, hampang na diri sa Rojas City for the first ever Rojas City Invitational Tournament 2026.
Hampang na sa Rojas City!
Thank you so much, Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Natural na lang tayo ni Mayor.
Thank you.
Back live for this one, folks. As we enter the third quarter, Derek, it was a very entertaining half of basketball. Both teams really pushed the pace, but Adamson just shot a blistering percentage compared to De La Salle, who were led by Moses Kulang. His efforts, his the second chance opportunities that he was generating, really the only reason why De La Salle is really close at this point in the game.
Yep, we mentioned Jeff Moses Kulang's effort. he has just the same amount of offensive rebounds as the entire Adamson Soaring Falcons team with 5. Goes to show you Moses Kulang really keeping them in the game, with Cortez only up to 2 points right now and Amos only with 6 points. Meanwhile, for Adamson, just really relying on their backcourt of Erolon and Montebon to generate offense. If you're LaSalle in this ballgame, Jack, you just have to continue to trust your defense, because they did do a really good job of it in the second quarter, outscoring Adamson by 6. Because you rarely see a team finish a game shooting 60% from the field. If they do, Jack, if you're LaSalle, you just have to live with that kind of result.
It is true. The odds are that percentage will go down. LaSalle just has to trust this defense, but can they really cool off the Adamson Soaring Falcons, who are blistering hot in this game so far? Will halftime be the quarter that cooled them off, as the block by Cortez. Makalalag able to secure. Cortez will set the table for the Green Archer side. A great set that time from Coach Nash Salle. Great defensive effort from one Jacob Cortez.
Yep. Was able to recover just in time just to get that block. Great play there by Cortez.
Abadam up top, Medina on him. Abadam attacks, Abadam bumps, fade, jump shot, Abadam unable to get it to go. Fight for the basketball, Cortez able to secure. Bumps, kick, Amos a drive. Amos inside, strong take, Amos no. Kulang on the rebound. That's his 6th offensive rebound, Derek. Possession after possession for De La Salle, just giving them more opportunities mathematically. That will give them the opportunity to take the lead later on in the game if it continues. The switch is Montebon and Kulang. Montebon attacks, bumps, nowhere to go. Montebon inside the Jonah, the steal by Cortez. Falcons get back. Cortez eyes up, kick to Abadam, one more pass, back out top they go to Cortez. Great transition defense with the Soaring Falcons as Cortez jump shot, unable to knock it down. The rebound will go to Barcelona. Abadam on Medina. They go to Jonah by the elbow. Handoff is to Montebon. Amos fights through the screen. Montebon inside the Jonah, just could not control. 7 to work with. Jonah with a fadeaway. Not his shot. Barcelona puts it up. No. Great defense that time by Jacob Cortez. Barcelona rushed the shot. Barcelona out up top against Cortez. Cortez wants to attack. Has a mismatch. Cortez, the corner kick, the touch with the ball. Last touch by Mason Amos.
Yep, it seemed Amos was not expecting that pass, Jeff. Kulang was cutting hard there in the paint. Was wide open there for a few seconds. Cortez was not able to find him.
Barcelona handoff. Erolon been quiet since that hot first quarter. Erolon on the attack. Great lateral quickness displayed by Amos. Erolon, daylight for 3. Got it to go. Rattled it home. Matty Erolon.
The commentator jinxed that time, Jeff. Just when you said Erolon has been quiet, immediately pumping up that three-pointer.
Abadam kick. Cortez been very quiet. Cortez J unable to knock it down. Medina hunts it. Makalalag recovers for LaSalle. Kick outside. Amos lines up the 3. That's good for Mason Amos. True and through for the Phil Aussie. And it's a 7-point lead. Eding with a rock up top. Abadam meets him. Eding, the roll by Jonah. Their pick and roll offense leaves much to be desired. Second time now where the first one Jonah just couldn't handle.
Yep.
That time it's a full-blown turnover for the Adamson Soaring Falcons, Derek.
Same situation there, Jeff. Great screen there set by Jonah, but just could not get a handle of the basketball. A bit of miscommunication there between the point guard and the big man.
Cortez picks up his dribble outside to Abadam. Abadam jabs, attacks. Kick outside Cortez, quick trigger 3, short. Fight for the basketball. Ball will go down the other way to the Adamson Soaring Falcons.
Cortez has been trying to be more aggressive here in the second half, Jeff, but he continues to struggle. Just 1 of 7 from the field.
Sardon will check in. First minutes for Kyle Sardon. Another one of their prize recruits. As a timeout is called on the floor, or a challenge issued by De La Salle. We'll be right back, folks, to see which way the ball will go. So back live, it's 47-40. De La Salle will keep possession. Terrific challenge that time by Coach Opex Robinson and company. La Salle, Abadam lost it. Kulang keeps it alive. Abadam pumps a three. That's short. The rebound will go to Barcelona. 47-40 now is our score. It's a 7-point lead for the Soaring Falcons. They go downstairs to Jonah. Against Kulang. Jonah, that's a foul on Kulang. If they can't take him out of the game with the physicality, might as well try and get him out through fouls, Derek. That time, Jonah on the attack. Kulang has been the difference maker for De La Salle. Jonah will go now to the line for 2 free throws.
But if that's how Adamson's going to try and pull up this ball game, Jeff, it's not going to be the tactic to go with because Kulang now is just his first foul of the ball game.
As Franzman checks into the game, Torres into the game. Erolon will take a seat. Barcelona will take a seat. On the floor right now for the Soaring Falcons, it's Earl Medina, Precious Jonah, AJ Franzman, Ray Allen Torres in the game along with Eding. For De La Salle, it's JC Macalalag, Jacob Cortez, Kyle Sardon, Moses Kulang, and Earl Abadam. Small ball for both teams, with their centers being the only towering presence in the game. Jonah, second free throw. In and out, the rebound will go to Moses Kulang. Cortez will set the table. Eding will meet him. Pressure by Eding. Cortez picks up his dribble. Abadam, nowhere to go. Cortez with the basketball up top. Look at Iraq, the kick outside. Sardon. Bit of a happy trigger there that time. Did not have the look. Took it way too early. Eding the drive. Erasing the defender in Earl Abadam. That is a blocking foul on Earl Abadam. Six minutes and 12 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Neither team really able to create anything for either side. Soaring Falcons, their lead is maintained this stretch of 7-9. Meanwhile, De La Salle have not been able to chop at that lead. Soaring Falcons just able to maintain distance with 6:12 left to go. Opening day here for the Roxas City Invitational Tournament. Glad you are here with us and watching wherever you are. Eding looking to inbound the basketball. Jonah able to come to it. Jonah on the attack, trying to move Kulang. Jonah puts it up, unable to knock it down. Great defense that time by Moses Kulang, Derek.
There's too much length there by Kulang, Jeff. Jonah looked like he tried to use his strength, but Kulang's length was just too much.
They move the basketball. Jacob Cortez got it to go.
That might finally be the shot that will finally wake up Jacob Cortez, Jeff, who finally gets a shot to fall.
Amos on the rebound. Another stop here for the Green Archers. Cortez, Franzman. Cortez turns on the gas. The fake, the kick. Great hands that time by Ray Allen Torres. Ball will go back to the Soaring Falcons.
He's had a couple of those, Jeff. Talking about Jacob Cortez when he passes it off at the very last second, but his teammates are not expecting the basketball. Cortez now with equal turnovers as points. You know that's not a recipe for a bad game.
47-43, that is correct, Derek. Jacob Cortez has been quiet, but you have to give a lot of credit to the Adamson Soaring Falcon defense. They are forcing him into difficult shots, and he doesn't have the look a majority of the time when he's attacking in the painted area. Oftentimes, he's forced to kick that pass out, and oftentimes his teammates aren't even expecting that pass because Jacob Cortez supposedly has that initial look to take a shot. 4-point game. Franzman. Amos gets back. Out up top, they go to Ray Allen Torres. Sardon. Torres now with Amos on him. They go downstairs. Sardon, Franzman. The matchup. Advantage Franzman size-wise. Puts up the shot. Hit the side of the backboard. Shot clock reads 5. Ball will stay with the Soaring Falcons. Eding will inbound for the Soaring Falcons. They go to the Misana. Spins. The Misana puts up the tough shot, unable to knock it down. Good defense that time from the De La Salle side.
They're really trying to test the defense of Kulang, Jeff, but overall in this game, it has not worked. Kulang doing a great job of defending, only limited to just one foul.
Amos, the attack, nowhere to go. Picks up his dribble. To Makalalag. Makalalag, the bump. Makalalag. And that is an offensive foul. 4:47 left to go. JC Makalalag a bit too aggressive, extended the elbow. Ball will go down the other way to the Soaring Falcons side. Montebon back in. Eding will take a seat. It's Franzman, Montebon, Anabo back in the game, de Misana, and Ray Allen Torres. Sardon pressure defense on Matthew Montebon. Montebon directing traffic. Sardon, great pressure defense. Montebon now with it still, holding on to this basketball. 12 to work with. Montebon wants to get rid of it. They go downstairs to Anabo. The fight between him and Makalalag. That time, good defense by Makalalag. Ball will stay with the Soaring Falcons as LeBron Daep checks into the game. Kulang will take a seat. These non-Kulang minutes, they're very important now for De La Salle with 4:31 left to go here in the third quarter.
Without his page, Jeff, Kulang has been very important here for La Salle. These next few minutes are going to be very important because Kulang is off the game as well as Jacob Cortez. Cortez is still in the game.
Outside Makalalag, top of the K3. Front of the rim, no, the rebound will go to Ray Allen Torres. Sardon trying to stay step for step now with Torres. Montebon with it, nearly lost it, keeps it alive. Montebon, Makalalag. Montebon trying to shed Makalalag. Montebon probing inside the Debisana, no. Back on the board, great tap that time by Jacob Cortez. Falcons get back defensively. Cortez up top with a rock and 18 to work with. They want to go downstairs to Daep. Montebon, the mismatch that Debisana shows. The spin by Daep, lost the leather. Sardon trying to keep it alive, good effort. Ball will stay with the Green Archers. Seibel checks in. Marasigan checks in. Makalalag will take a breather. Sardon will take a breather. I believe Amos will stay in the game. He does. Ray Allen Torres. Not sure what the confusion is about.
I believe the ball will stay on this side of the floor. Demisana really late to come back.
There's a little bit of confusion, really. 9 on the shot clock. Out top they go to LeBron James Daep. Not where he wants to really score. That's Cortez now with it. Cortez, dribble drive. Amos lines up the three. That's good again. Mason Amos. The touch from three. He was free and knocked it down. 47-46. It's a 1-point lead. La Salle, Derek. They are within one.
After trailing by as much as 17 points, Jeff, La Salle relying on their defense and three-point shooting to really bring them back in this game.
1-point lead. Demisana now against Amos. They go downstairs to Anabo. Great defense that time by Jacob Cortez. La Salle now with an opportunity to go out in front after a blistering start to this game. The Soaring Falcons, Derek, you mentioned it. A team can only shoot 62% for so long in a game. Right now, the Soaring Falcons cooling off. La Salle taking advantage.
Yep, great job here by La Salle with their defense. We mentioned earlier, they just need to continue to trust their defense. Up to this point, Jeff, Adamson with only 3 points here in the third quarter.
And that 3 points is important, folks, knowing that we're at the 3-minute mark of the third quarter for a full 7 minutes. That has been the only offensive production of the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Cortez draws the foul, a shooting foul. La Salle can now go out in front with free throws for Cortez. Cortez 2 free throws for De La Salle to go out in front. able to knock down the first, Jacob Cortez.
With how most of LaSalle's core players, Jeff, in Cortez, Abadam, and Makalalag, you gotta love the position that they're in. All three of them are struggling, and yet they have a chance to take the lead, and they will. And if you're Adamson, Jeff, you have to be a bit worried. You were so hot there in the first half. You're up by 17 points, and now you're still up to 50% from the field, and yet you're down by a point.
Topex Robinson has all the faith that a human being can have in his defense. As Franzman, the attack downhill. AJ Franzman. Dempsey do up and under by AJ Franzman, and it's a 1-point lead back to the Adamson Soaring Falcons side. Amos, another three. Got it to go. 3 for 3. Why not, baby? Mason Amos lined it up, and it went down. 51-49. LaSalle in front. Torres attacks. Tovera. Torres puts it up. Got it to go.
Adamson now just opting to penetrate through the lane. They know LaSalle's really closing out hard. Great play there from Ray Allen Torres to drive through the lane.
Tovera puts up the three. Not that time. So far in this game, Tovera has been more than happy to go after certain players in one-on-one situations, but that's been the problem. He's been playing a lot of one-on-one in this game so far. Topex Robinson cannot be happy about that one. And Alon zips it. Franzman, three up. Good! AJ Franzman! And Topex Robinson very unhappy with his defense. 54-51. They left Franzman alone. And Franzman with a smile on his face, knocking down the wide open three. The miscommunication there that time as Edolon on the replay attacks the screen by Demisana, the slip. Franzman left wide open, deep in the paint. I believe was Marasigan. And that three falls for AJ Franzman. 54-51, 96 ticks left in the third quarter. We'll be right back.
We'll talk about that.
Sod. 54-51 is our score, Derek. We talked about it during the break. Mason Amos was once part of Gilas Pilipinas. A big reason why is because of his size, his physicality, and his ability with that size to stretch the floor. In this game, a very unique stat line. All of his points are from the three-point line.
And mostly all of his attempts, Jeff, as well from the three-point line. Mason Amos isn't even trying to use his size against Adamson right now. And yet, they're only down by 3 right now.
Amos driving. Amos nowhere to go. Amos, tough shot for 3. Front of the rim. Demisana and Daep fighting inside. And the foul will be called on LeBron Daep.
With how Amos has been shooting, Jeff, I thought that shot was going to fall. He nearly got it to fall there. Was Mason Amos. But the basketball gods tried to humble him there a little bit.
Oh, and humble them they did. Or humble Amos they did. As he goes to the bench. Gagate now in to end the quarter. Perez in for Demisana, who will take a seat. 1:11 left to go. It's Daep, Tovera, Marasigan in the game. Gagate. Seibel rounds out the 5 for Coach Topex Robinson. Edolon trying to break free. Daep, great hands.
If you're Adamson, Jeff, on that position, I'm not sure why none of the other players were trying to get the ball. Opting to let Edolon try and get the ball all by himself. And it seems this time they're going to let Mangaron try and get the ball all by himself this time.
Mangaron gets to the basketball. Franzman is the release guy in that set. Maybe that's why they ran it that way. Daep, Franzman. Good ball movement. Franzman, another 3. That's good! AJ Franzman. The lead of Adamson back up 6. Boy, did they need that shot, Derek. With the lead that they've had, they want to sustain it. They're going to need a lot more of that. especially from key guys like AJ Fransman.
Yep, Jeff Fransman now with all the points aside from those 3 points, these last 3 minutes from Adamson, all coming from one AJ Fransman.
Medina, quick up the front court. Fransman, knocked down 2 threes already in this quarter, and alone with it. Tovera, the defense, zipping it inside the Perez, puts it up, got it to go. A big run here by Adamson, Derek. They were down by 1, now they're back up 8.
Great run here by Adamson to end the quarter, Jeff. Just when LaSalle were flexing their muscles, Adamson ending this third quarter on a very positive note.
59-51, 15.9 left to go. Morasigan able to draw the foul. Cruz Dumont about to check into the game. Fransman will take a seat. Medina will stay out on the floor. Justin Ignacio seeing his first action of the game. 15.9. Morasigan will inbound for Coach Topex Robinson and the De La Salle side. Tovera up top. That's a foul by Mangaron.
They still have a couple fouls here to give, Jeff, in this third quarter. Expect them to use it with how deep they are. How deep, Coach National Salle goes in his rotation.
Second team foul, or third team foul now for the Soaring Falcons side. 13.5, a lot of fouls that they can use up here. Talking about the Soaring Falcons. Well, last year they're only down to 2. Morasigan looking to inbound the basketball. He gets it to Tovera. Tovera cross. Tovera drive. Fakes outside his dive. One more pass. Seibel from the corner. Back of the rim. Back of the board. Between Ignacio and Gagate. The foul will be called, I believe, on Justin Ignacio. First personal foul. 3.8 left to go. That's the 4th team foul on Adamson. First foul of Justin Ignacio. Barcelona will check in as Medina will take a seat. 59-51. Seibel inbounds. Morasigan, daylight jump shot short. Got there on the tip. Could not get it to go. And Ignacio on the rebound. It stays an 8-point game for the Soaring Falcons. 59-51. The Soaring Falcons looking to get that monkey off their back, Derek. They got one more quarter. We'll be right back, folks. Back live for the 2026 Roxas City Invitational Tournament, folks, in the Dingoy Roxas Civic Center. This game is brought to you by the Stia Group of Companies, NLB Enterprises, MBM Hard Hats, B Shine Pharma, and Lux Productions. Morasigan that time on the attack. Able to get that layup to fall. Great effort there from Joaquin Tovera. The bump inside. Joaquin Tovera makes it a 4-point game. Couple of bad possessions that time for Adamson, Derek. One on defense, and to let Marasigan just waltz his way to the rim. That time a bad turnover. Joaquin Tovera aggressive, able to pick off the pass. That time muscled his way to the rim. It's only a 4-point game. LaSalle, the defending champs of the UAAP, they don't want Adamson to gain any psychological advantage heading into the next UAAP season, Derek.
Yep, and for Adamson and for both teams, sorry, Jeff, very important minutes here with LaSalle opting with mostly their bench guys, no Cortez, no Kulang, and no Mason Amos. Meanwhile, for Adamson, they have no Matthew Montebon and Precious Jonah in the game, opting to go with Medina and Erolon as their main source of offense.
That's going to be very important to track as this game goes along. It's Erolon, Fransman, Eding, Medina, and Perez, the 5 for Coach Nash Salle. Barcelona gets up off the bench, ready to check in. Diep with it. Marasigan, strong again to the hole, attacks. Gagate soars forward, puts it back up and in. Aggressive to the board. De La Salle right back within 2. Seibel, Eding, pressure by Seibel. Eding has daylight. Eding attacks, puts it up. Will draw the foul. Seibel trying to argue that he was being hooked by Eding. Eding will go to the line for 2 free throws. First team foul for De La Salle. I'm not sure why Eding isn't at the line yet. He now is, as Precious Jonah will check in. Alan Perez will take a seat. 8:45 left to go, Derek. The way this game has gone, De La Salle, it's one of those situations in games where if you just creep long enough, and if the window is there in the 4th, when you have a guy like Jacob Cortez, he's one of those guys where, like an NFL quarterback, let's say like a Joe Burrow, all you need to do is just keep it close in the 4th quarter. I'll come and win it for you.
Yep, especially with a guy like Cortez, who is very clutch. But you got to give Adamson credit as well, because with the number of runs LaSalle has had, they have done a really good job of responding. And now this is going to be a very crucial run here with LaSalle going on a 6-0 run. And Adamson again cold here to start off the quarter.
Jockeying for position. The ball will stay with the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Cortez back in the game. It's Gagate, Tovera, Cortez, Daep, and Marasigan out on the court for Coach Topex Robinson. Meanwhile, for Coach Nash Salle, it's Medina, Jonah, Barcelona, Erolon in the game as Erolon gets daylight. The reverse by Mate Erolon. Mangaron rounds out the 5 for Coach Nash Salle, folks. Daep, Barcelona right there with Daep. Lost the leather. Medina dove for it, but could not keep up. As the ball will sail out of bounds, it will stay with the Green Archers as Manuel Inabo will check into the game. Cortez looking to inbound the basketball. Had Dive there for a second. Marasigan on the attack. The spin by Marasigan. They meet him up top. Cortez the spin. Tovera with all night to shoot. Back rims. Fight for the basketball. Erolon Marasigan. And that is a foul on Boris Marasigan. He cannot believe the call, Derek.
Yep. A lot of blue bodies there in the paint, Jeff. But there was no way Boris Marasigan could have gotten that ball cleanly. And the refs were not convinced, calling him for a personal foul.
4-point lead for the Soaring Falcons at 61-57 with 8:16 left to go. Barcelona wants to inbound it. Tip-toe that time by Mangaron. Able to keep it alive. Mangaron turns on the gas. Bumps Tovera. Drops it to Jonah. Chooses violence in the paint. Puts it up. And the ball will go down the other way. Jonah chose violence that time, the way he swung those elbows.
There were some violent elbows.
Looks like the type of stuff that you need to alert the medical staff in advance. 8 minutes left to go. Tovera, Mangaron, Cortez, Erolon. Cortez stops on a dime. Mangaron picks at the basketball. Cortez still with it. Cross by Cortez. Spins. The trap by Erolon. Kick to the corner. Tovera was open for a second there. Tovera dumping it inside. Bad pass. The steal. Anabo. Erolon now to Mangaron. Back out up top they go to Mate Erolon against Boris Marasigan. The screen by Jonah. Zips it inside. Great hands by Gagate and Marasigan. Marasigan the drive. And that is a foul, I believe, on Precious Jonah. Marasigan did not like that there was some type of second motion from Precious Jonah on that defensive effort, Derek.
Yep, that's what, again, with these types of games, Jeff, expect the physicality to be very high. And we know how Philippine basketball plays. There's going to be a lot of trying to get in your head. We saw it in the first game with UAC and Perpetual. They're trying to get in your head with all these mini shots, and it did work to Perpetual's favor, really helping them pull out this ball game. Probably what Adamson's trying to do right now in this ball game.
61-57. Both teams have really adjusted to the physicality. That we can agree on. Well, they also play in the same league in the UAAP.
Exactly. And they've already played each other like every month these past 2 months.
The Phil Oil, Bayugan, and now out here in Rojas. Adamson just wants to get one win in, if you know what I mean. Marasigan free throw falls. Makalalag will check into the game. Marasigan hobbling to the bench.
Very surprised here, Jeff, that Coach Topic Sarpens has not gone back to Moses Kulang. That shot in the privates must have really hurt him hard because he has yet to check back in to this ballgame since that situation, or sorry, that event.
Kulang watching from the bench right now as Anabo attacks. Stops on a dime, spins, pivots. Anabo jump shot, got it! That was a very difficult shot by Manu Anabo, able to knock it down. Tovera pumps a three, that's back of the rim. Daep out to Cortez, thought about it. Anabo gets back defensively. Not sure what the call on the floor is. 11 seconds on the shot clock, 7 minutes left to go in the game clock. Tovera will look to inbound. It's Cortez up top, Anabo on him. The soft blitz by Barcelona, the spin by Cortez, nowhere to go. They've done an impeccable job of keeping Cortez in check, Derek. Manu Anabo, it's been a team effort to contain the Cool Cub in this one.
Yep, Cortez, again, really struggling in this game, but you mentioned it earlier. If they just hang around, Cortez is not the guy you want to really get that ball in the clutch.
Barcelona hunts down the rebound. Great effort from Joaquin Tovera. The miss from Anabo. Tovera in transition, and Anabo will pick up the foul. Tovera head full of steam, Derek. So far, their prize recruit. A couple of plays from Tovera have surprised me a little bit because he has great handles. We can easily see that that's one of the reasons why De La Salle is so high on him. But at the same time, with that gift, those handles, he tends to overdo and overcook a lot of the possessions for De La Salle. That time, an opportunity to move the basketball left and right. Went downhill. The foul by Anabo stopped the offensive possession for De La Salle. They're going to inbound 63-59. Amos back to Tovera. Let's see if he makes a better decision this time. Dribble drive. Tovera nowhere to go again. Bailed out by a foul.
Oh, yeah.
He loves these moments where he goes one-on-one and the defense is more than happy to crash land on him because he hasn't shown that he can stop on a dime and pull up. He hasn't shown also that he can score off of action, off of pick and roll, and off of these other type of offensive situations where a Jacob Cortez, a veteran like him, would be able to do. Interesting thing that Coach Topex would need to coach Joaquin Tovera these little tidbits on as the UAAP season unfolds for them.
Yep, again, Jeff, these are very valuable minutes for Joaquin Tovera to really help him learn better the system and really to learn with his teammates, especially in this type of setting, a preseason tournament with high stakes involved as well.
61-63, Cortez cuts the lead down to 2. It's a one-possession game. Tovera playing defense now. Eding on him. The cross by Eding. Left him in the dust. Fransman corner, pocket three. Hit all air. Tovera in transition. Makalalag inside. Makalalag met by the defense of Precious Jonah. Terrific defense. The Roy Hibbert rule in effect that time, Derek.
Yep, just great use of verticality there by Precious Jonah. Makalalag had the look, but then he saw a very huge shadow, did not know what to do with the basketball. Got called for traveling violation.
Eding trying to break free from the defense. Franzman, the release point, able to cross the timeline. The cut inside Medina, the pass outside. Stepping on the line was Matthew Montebon. Derek, they've placed the screws on both Erolon and Montebon after that hot first quarter. Neither of them really have been effective ever since that first quarter.
Yep, ever since that sizzling first quarter or first half by Montebon and Erolon, they've gone very cold here in the second half. It's been a lot of AJ Franzman here carrying them here in the second half to really help them get this 2-point lead.
Great defense by Earl Medina, arguably their best defender, their most athletic and capable defender. That time the stop on Cortez. Eding the drive, Eding a prayer. Oh, it was answered. (65-61). Eding will be called for delaying the game. Moses Kulang now checking into the game for De La Salle. 4-point lead. Moses Kulang. Joaquin Tovera, I believe, now will take a seat. Amos Cortez, Kulang Abadam, Makalalag, a veteran core out on the court for Coach Topex Robinson. Eding defending Cortez. Amos will cross the timeline. Franzman on him. Makalalag the handoff, back out up top to Cortez. The slip by Kulang. Cortez didn't see him. The kick, Makalalag lines up the three. In and out. Soaring missed that time from JC Makalalag.
Yep, a pretty good look there from Makalalag. Just could not get the fall. And still a 2-possession ball game here.
Out up top, the pass. Franzman able to recover. Franzman still with it. Attacks Kulang. The drop pass inside. Great hands by the De La Salle Green Archers. Cortez in transition. The bump. Nearly got it to go. Abadam on the tip. Timeout out on the court. Coach Nash Salle very unhappy. Wants to talk things over with his boys. It's a 2-point game. 65-63. We'll be right back. Back live for the 2026 Roxas City Invitational Tournament in the Dingoy Roxas Civic Center. It's a 2-point lead. La Salle has clawed their way back there. They were down by 17 early in that first quarter. They're only down by 2 at the moment, 65-63. Adamson, though, hanging on for dear life in this one. A 2-3 zone now. Torres, the zone buster, not there. Franzman soars. Franzman and one!
We mentioned it earlier, Jav. With Montebon and Erolon struggling here in the second half, it's been all AJ Franzman, who's now up to 10 points here in the second half and can extend their lead here to 5 points.
Well, that's one of the many weaknesses of the zone. Can't find a guy to box out. You can attack those teams when a shot goes up. Ray Allen Torres, a zone buster. Franzman running to the spot, able to get the board. Unable, though, to convert the and one, 67-63. Amos with it. Franzman on him. Amos will slip the screen. Cortez, dribble drive, kick. Amos fires for 3. Not that time. Fight for the board. And Kulang hits the deck. They love Kulang's energy and his aggression, Derek.
LaSalle loves it. Adamson hates it to its core. They cannot prevent Kulang from getting those offensive rebounds, Jeff. The best thing they can do right now is foul.
Second chance points in this game. LaSalle has had 16 second chance points. A lot of those second chance points generated by one Moses Kulang, who's been extremely aggressive to the board. Kulang now will go to the line for 2 free throws. Able to knock it down. Got a good-looking stroke, Moses Kulang does. And with 4:05 left to go, he can make this a 2-point game. Kulang, air ball on the second free throw. It's a 3-point game nonetheless. Franzman will inbound, Montebon. Franzman will cross the timeline. Amos, Franzman, that's the matchup right now on the floor. Montebon, Abadam. Abadam trying to give chase. Kulang, great blitz. They want to go downstairs at Ebisana, nothing there. Medina with 8 to work with. Great hands by Cortez. Franzman keeps it alive. Medina pumps a 3. Oh, out the window! Earl Medina looked up and realized that Lady Luck was on the Adamson Soaring Falcons side. He knocks it down. 6-point lead. Cortez picks up his dribble. Pressure defense. Amos Franzman now. Amos driving, bumping. Amos, the drive, puts it up. No. Abadam keeps it up and puts it down.
Adamson, Jeff, has just not done a good job of finding a body and boxing out. Way too much second chance points for De La Salle in this ball game.
It's been Moses Kulang, the collective effort of this incredible utility core that Coach Topex Robinson has, and Abadam, Makalalag, Marasigan, Daep. Abadam now can cut it to a 3-point lead with a free throw here. Anabo back out onto the court. Barcelona in for Franzman. It's Montebon, Torres, Anabo, Jonah, Barcelona for the Soaring Falcons side. Meanwhile, Abadam, free throw. Got it to go. Makalalag, Kulang, Cortez, Amos. Expect this 5 to really finish the game for both sides. Montebon with it. Abadam pressure. Torres attacks. Torres drives. Blocked by Kulang. Montebon keeps it alive. Shot clock reset. Lots of time here for the Soaring Falcons. Kulang nearly hit the deck. Hook pass outside. Barcelona fakes. Drive to Jonah. Jonah, hook shot. Great defense for the De La Salle side. It has championship feels already. Anabo, Cortez attacking the defense of Anabo. Corner kick. Amos nearly turned it over. What a save by Amos. Makalalag with 5, with 4. Makalalag with daylight jump shot. Back of the rim. Rebound Abadam. No. Kulang. Montebon finally able to secure. On the break is Barcelona and Jonah. Outside, Anabo fakes. Not there. This place was ready to erupt, Derek.
You gotta love the crowd that we have here for game 1 of this tournament. Jeff!
Ray Allen Torres. The float game. Not his usual shot. He'll take it, though. 5-point lead. Erolon Medina set to check in for Adamson. Marasigan for LaSalle. Cortez pumps, no. Rebound. Anabo.
Not the kind of shot, Jeff, that you want if you're LaSalle. A bit of a rush and a difficult shot there for Cortez.
Montebon with a rock. Torres, he knocked a big shot down earlier. Abadam on him. Jonah. Torres stops on a dime. Jump shot. Nearly got it to go. Far for the basketball. It's Cortez running in transition. And that is a foul on Barcelona. He crashed into 2 defenders. Montebon will take a seat. Erolon in. Medina. While Ken Heimalin barking out instructions now for the Adamson Soaring Falcons side. Gathers his teammates technically. I don't know if Jaime is an actual coach already for the Soaring Falcons, but great display of leadership as Cortez will go to the line for 2 free throws. Derek, LaSalle is close. We talked about it. This is where Jacob Cortez shines in the clutch. 72-68 with 85 seconds left to go.
If you're Adamson, Jeff, if this game ever gets close, there's one man you do not want to get the basketball. If you're Adamson, it's one Jacob Cortez, because he will make you pay in the clutch.
72-68. Cortez now second free throw. 2 for 2. Cool Cub, cool at the line. 72-69. Erolon pressured by Makalalag. Erolon with it. Erolon still with the rock, crossing the timeline. Great defense by Makalalag. Had him chew up 8 seconds there. Erolon, Makalalag still. The ball is with Erolon. Jonah the screen. Kulang now on the switch. Erolon thought about pulling. They go downstairs to Jonah. Attacks. Kick. Erolon. Anabo. 3 up. Shot clock violation. 2 mini passes that time, Derek. We're at the 1 minute mark.
I'd beg to differ. A lack of passing on that possession, Jeff. Erolon had the ball for at least 18 seconds for Adamson, trying to win the ball game by himself, going for 2 pick and rolls, not trying to get his teammates involved.
That's at some point already in modern basketball, that might be a cardinal sin where you hold on to the ball a bit too much. You're either attacking, passing, putting yourself in a position to score, or somebody else in a position to score. Holding on to the basketball for 18 seconds on the shot clock is going to hurt your team more than it will help them for sure. Cortez now, Eding back in the game for defensive purposes. Morasigan with a rock. Morasigan turns on the gas. Kick out, Abadam. Abadam the cross, Abadam. The rejection can be heard all the way back to Taft Avenue, Derek.
Abadam was not expecting Jonah to rise up and get that rejection. A very important timeout there for LaSalle to really get a quality offensive possession.
72-69, 48.9. This has all the right feels, folks. A UAAP matchup, one that you can look forward to also in season 89. But right now, here watching in the Roxas City Invitational Tournament. We'll be right back. .9 seconds left to go, Derek. Opening day has been terrific. Earlier, we saw the Altas upset UAC. The boys all the way from Keysboro. Right now in this titanic matchup of UAAP teams, De La Salle down by 3 against the Soaring Falcons. Derek, this is a type of moment where both Jacob Cortez and Mason Amos come up big for La Salle. What do you expect here in this possession?
I expect LaSalle here to try and get Amos or at least Cortez involved in this possession. That with 12 seconds, a lot of time remaining, you got to give to either one of your trusted guys.
This looks like a set that might involve Amos getting the ball towards the end for an elbow 3. Let's see. There's the play. Amos will slip. Cortez, Barcelona. Cortez for the tie. Not that time. Flying for the rebound. Medina comes up with it. It's still Eding. Eding trap. Anabo, they got to cross the timeline. Medina, Barcelona. Terrific execution by Adamson. Eding going for the kill shot. Morasigan on him. Eding the cross. Nowhere to go. Spins. Kicks. That's a turnover, Derek. The Soaring Falcons want to take that monkey off their back, but the monkey wants to keep riding.
But on that previous possession, Jeff Cortez had the look that he wanted. Just could not get it to fall. And we talked about it, Jeff. It's either going to be Amos or Cortez who's going to get this shot to go to overtime.
15.2. LaSalle will go. A timeout out on the court. Coach Topex Robinson wants to get a good look. We'll look to draw something up. We'll be right back, folks. (72-69), Derek. We talked about how De La Salle, during the break, because of their effort, because of Moses Kulang, his ability to generate more offensive possessions for La Salle, a big reason why they're only down by 3 right now. Jacob Cortez, Mason Amos in the game. Expect that this ball will go to them to see if they can tie things up, Derek. But you don't need a 3. A 2 will suffice.
Yep, definitely still a lot of time, Jeff. They do not need to rush for a 3 immediately. They can go for a quick 2 as long as it's only shares off about 5 seconds of this game clock.
72-69. It's Abadam Cortez, Marasigan, Makalalag, and Amos. Cortez, Edding on him. Cortez turns on the gas. Cruz Dumont. Cortez spins, steps back, jumper. Cortez, in and out. Adamson. Looks like they'll survive, Derek.
Not yet, Jeff. They still need to make these 2 free throws or at least 1 free throw just to be sure. But Cortez again, 2 looks here in the last minute of this ball game. Good looks. This does not get it to fall.
That was a terrific step back by Jacob Cortez. Had a kilometer of space out the dribble drive, in and out. Tough break for the Cool Cub. 1 more possession. Unfortunately for La Salle, they only have 3 team fouls and 1.6 left to go. Adamson gonna pick up the W. Finally too.
Gets the win over La Salle in the preseason.
1.6 seconds left to go, folks. A valiant effort by De La Salle University. 72-69, 1.6 left to go.
I mean, you know the shot looked good when the Adamson Soaring Falcons coaching staff can't believe you missed it.
Nah, well, they're wondering if that was a traveling violation with the way he stuttered all the way to the 3-point line. But Jacob Cortez, again, you live and die with him in the clutch moment, simply because every other time he has stepped up big time for De La Salle University.
And it wasn't like it was a bad shot. Anyway, it was a very good look, open look even, with how much space he created. Just could not get the shot to fall.
Correct. Sometimes, again, you get a clean look. Basketball, at the end of the day, it's about buckets. You either make them when you take them or you don't. 1.6 left to go. By the way, a shout out to our very beloved one, Boskem Asis, watching all the way from Bayugan City. Of course, we miss you out here, Boskem. Montebon will look to inbound the basketball. Erolon, and that will do it. The Soaring Falcons finally get the monkey off their back. They take down De La Salle on opening night of the Roxas City Invitational Tournament, Derek. The final score. We'll be right back, folks, with our best player of the game. We will see you for another action-packed day of basketball action.
4 rebounds. One steal. Isa. Isa. Pero pwede man mo ingon lang ilang team overall ba? 50% ilang field goal. Sila tanan. Kasi bigay na usually mga 30 to 40 lang muna. Hindi, they actually shot 50% ilang field goal ba? 52 na ilang 3 kay 60. You can't lose with that.
Hello everyone, that concludes our first day of the first ever Roxas City Invitational Tournament 2026 and our second game, Salle versus Adamson, of which Adamson were able to come through that game. Congratulations. We have here the best player of the game, AJ Franzman, with 12 points and 3 rebounds. What can you say, AJ? Nagkaroon kayo ng 52 field goals. Very, very rare na mangyari sa isang team. What can you say about it?
So, actually nag-workout kami kahapon mga more on shots namin kasi parang take advantage namin yung anong meron kami. Like, sabi nga ni coach na sa mga coaches namin na kasi marami kami mga program ginagawa ngayong pagdating namin sa Roxas. So, may mga basketball clinic. So, nasingit din namin yung oras na makapag-shooting and mag-put some shots para at least kahit papaano may pakiramdam kami sa, yun, dito sa ring din.
So parang wala na masyadong jet lag kasi nag-shooting kayo kagabi. Imagine anong oras na yun. So I think it worked out, it paid off, staying up late last night. And so far, ano yung masasabi mo dito sa Roxas City, the food, the banquet?
I mean, sobrang nag-enjoy kami dito, especially yung mga seafood namin. Yung mga seafood nyo. So ayun nga, sabi nga ng PT namin, yung nutritionist namin at mga coaches na dapat dahan-dahan lang daw kami. So dapat may disiplina pa rin kami sa kain namin. Hindi yung parang sa bakasyon kami dito. So yun nga, yung titik namin seryoso yung kain din namin. Kahit masarap talaga.
Masarap. Also, pasalamatan pala natin yung lahat ng tao sa likod ng team nyo dito for Roxas City, yung sponsors and the people. Pwede mo yung shoutout yung sino yung gusto mo yung shoutout?
Nagpapasalamat ako sa Adamson community and sa mga taga-Roxas and yung mga former teammates ko na nandito, and salamat lang lagi kay Lord and maraming salamat sa nandito kami.
Thank you also to Adamson and to their sponsors as well. Congratulations to Adamson for making their first win against Salle, and we hope to see them on the upcoming games, especially tomorrow and up until 26. Once again, this is your first ever Roxas City Invitational Tournament 2026, and see you tomorrow.